But we're gonna start with this one, pretty much. Nobody knows how to act in public anymore, and it's shocking. By Jordan Kang. Yeah, this is actually quite true. This is very much true. I would even say this starts not only with adults. This starts with our youngest, in fact. This does, in fact, start with our youngest. Our youngest, at least, I don't know how it is in other countries, but kids here throw around swear words. They throw around slurs. It is crazy. Like, I've never seen, like, when I was a kid, even saying penis would make others, like, that was already like a no word already, a taboo word, right? People started giggling and shit, right? When somebody was saying that, already that was kind of taboo. You weren't dared to say anything bad, really, when I was a kid. You'd get severely punished, not just by the teacher, but also by your parents. Nowadays, that's just not the case anymore. Nowadays, that just does not happen.
People just talk in theaters now. I've gone to movies recently where I'm like, I see phones out.
I'm sorry, but you...
People talking in theaters. People using the phones in theaters. You deserve the worst. You are there to watch this movie. Not sit on your phone for the entirety of the movie. I think they just kick you out when they catch you. I think people should just kick you out when they catch you on the phone. It is so dumb. Especially then, I've seen that, right? There's people who use their phone at maximum brightness. Maximum brightness. No. What are you doing? And also the Minecraft incident. Oh, everybody remembers that, I guess.
Money, but my money, okay? Build your country.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bro, that was that is cringe. That is oh, that was cringe.
Job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
I've come to an interesting observation recently that nobody knows how to act in public anymore, and it shows. And
we know. We know. We are aware that that is the case. And the problem is everything now gets filmed. Every little bit. Some people crying, right? People just crying on their phone, uploading it to TikTok. What is this? That's another one. That's another one. Why are we doing this?
no, I'm not talking about giving up your seat for the elderly or holding the door for the person behind you, even though you should be doing those things. I'm talking about not reading the room. The complete lack of social awareness and lack of basic human decency. Tourists disrespecting the people and the country in whom they visit. People screaming and throwing things at performers at concerts.
Public is a whore stuffed. What? Wait, what? Bro, what? What the fuck? Look at this again.
Respecting the people and the country in whom they visit. People screaming and throwing things.
Where is it? Come on. Damn, I didn't catch it in time. Shit.
Screaming and throwing.
Come on.
Things.
I want to see it. There! There! You see it? There! It's literally an airstrike! Bro, that is so disrespectful, bro. That is so disrespectful, bro. That is... Look at this! There it is! That is a literal airstrike. Bro, what the fuck? That is insane, bro. Whoever was that... Autistic, and even I can read a room. This is probably, I'm gonna say this is a result due to the pandemic. And this, we haven't even seen, chat, we haven't even seen the full extent to that. Because all the kids that stayed at home during the pandemic, they're never gonna catch up to the socialization that they usually would have. We have not seen them as adults yet, or teenagers. That's the worst part.
performers at concerts and treating emergency situations as filming opportunities. Common sense and basic fellow human decency have gone out the window, replaced with entitlement, which is at an all-time high. And I'm here to break it down. Firstly, let's talk about Bri Merricks. She's an LA influencer known for video tutorials on makeup and lifestyle vlogs.
I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Her worst enemy is a wet tissue. That's all I'm going to say.
She recently got fired from her job as a Mac manager because of this post.
I love my job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
Where she outlined her entire day of the cash register, opening it up, counting all the money of thousands of dollars worth, holding up in this briefcase, showing what the briefcase looks like, taking it to the certain part of the airport, when she does it with timestamps. Are you getting the gist?
Yeah, no shit, you got fired! People, start filming at your workplace! You're supposed to work, not film! Bro, somebody's gonna... Like, if she did... Like, she basically put not just her job in jeopardy, but herself. Because imagine if they didn't know... If her employer didn't know that she uploaded this video, then somebody could have just had the bright idea to catch her there and take the money. No, it's not COVID mainly fault. Yeah. I'm specifically talking especially about the young ones, the really young ones that did not go to school. Or no entitlement, which means dramatic music, more Karens incoming. Always.
Anyone who is malicious could have easily stolen the money or potentially hurt herself and the people around her because they want to steal the money. And what's her response? To double down and say she wasn't doing anything wrong because the Mac brand encouraged her to film content. I'm sorry, did we forget that the internet is not a safe place? Especially when it involves moving large amounts of money around, what time they do it, where they do it, and how they can get to you. Okay? This is not okay. But clearly that common sense flew over this girl's head and got her fired. Rightfully so. But this is an example where someone was posting online without thinking, an example of carefree ignorance and without understanding the repercussions her actions could have had onto herself. And
that's why I don't want to show myself. I don't talk anything about my location. Nothing. I don't have nothing of myself on any other social media. I don't have Instagram. I don't have any like Facebook, whatever, right? I don't have those. I only have Twitter and YouTube and TikTok, and that's it. There's nothing of me out there. No photos, no address, nothing. You will not find me. We got our culture year by year, and suddenly surprising things went downhill from our experience of society back in our days. Yep. They might have encouraged her to film content, but not give a step-by-step guide to rob the company. This is how you rob my workplace.
The people around her. And that leads me to my next topic of public spaces.
Normalize shutting the fuck up at the movie theater. Because I just had to leave the movie theater early because the yapping, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. And unfortunately, this is not the first time I've had to leave a movie early because people kept on talking over the movie.
People just talk in theaters now. I've gone to movies recently where I'm like, I see phones on. When I was in New York, we went and saw The Lion King. People behind
that, I've already said enough about that. Kick these fuckers out. You have a TikTok. I don't post anything on there. I just have TikTok. Just to rot the little bit of brain that I have with all the... You know, I gotta be on top of my game talking about gender wars and the stupidity that comes from that platform. It's like a know your enemy type of thing. And there's also a lot of cool anime edits, I must say.
behind us were talking the whole fucking show in a normal voice. And I kept doing the look back. We'd look at each other and he would do the like, oh, that dude's getting pissed vibe and like do like a little nod. 5 minutes of quiet. And then, yeah, well, the other thing that's happened, I'm like, you know, we can hear you.
Let's do.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck are you screaming at? Man. I've never been to a concert, and this does not want to make me go. You have the Rot app. Yep, I have the Rot app. I have the Rot app.
Thanks.
Okay, one thing that I do think we need to address as a society is the fact that there is an epidemic of fully grown adults who are playing shit from their phones at full volume in public, no headphones. And this is insane sociopathic behavior.
Yep, that is something that I've noticed as well. People do that straight up, even though they're technically not allowed to, even in trains. Funnily enough, this has also become a nuisance streamer kind of thing as well. So they promote this too. And yes, the dog, like, people do not get that you should have your dog on a leash. They don't get that. They don't. Like, there's no way. Like, are you that stupid? At least don't complain if your dog gets hurt afterwards. Shadow clips? Maybe this is projection. Maybe you want to be on a leash. Maybe you like that.
Screaming during concerts, throwing things at performers, talking during movie theaters, having your TikTok on full blast in public transit, and having your dogs unleashed in public areas of the city. Why are we doing this? Public spaces are not your bedroom. There are people around you, and the fact that you either don't care or are so preoccupied and focused on what you're doing that everything else around you doesn't matter goes to show that you weren't raised right, or there's something seriously wrong in our society if it signals to you that that's an okay thing to do. It's somehow empowering for you to be a nuisance to everyone else around you. And when you question these people, they get defensive. They don't back down. Let's not confuse self-expression and living your best life with just being an asshole to the public. It's easy to chop this up as main character energy and everyone else around you is an NPC that's living in your world, but I think there's a clear line between living your best life and making everyone else hate theirs.
I hate the term living your best life. I hate it. I hate it. This term is ideologically charged. I hate this term, by the way. Yeah, that's all I want to say. You won't. No, but I will give you a cat costume and make you eat out of the kitten bowl.
Don't sing in a concert, but if your vocals are louder than the headliner, maybe reel it in, sister.
What the? She sounds like a dying animal. Give me a bonk stick. I need to bonk her. Bro, that would be... I would literally just, like, use my flat hand and be like, bonk. From the behind. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? That sounds horrible.
Nobody is saying your dog isn't friendly, but there have been too many cases of friendly dogs that have brutally attacked someone.
Look how the woman makes a huge mistake here. You see how the woman makes a big mistake here? You see that? Like, look how these small dogs come up, right? Look. And this retard of a dog owner, instead of, like, being calm, not screaming, not like, carefully stepping in, you know what she does? She stretches out her arms comes in all aggressive, all fast, already like threatening the big dog. If she was bitten, I would feel no sympathy, to be fair. Like, look at this. How stupid can you, like, look at this. How stupid can you be? Living your good life, never accurate, but it's try to be positive. Perspective. The problem is that it always comes, that saying, living your best life comes always from massive, retorted people. Sometimes it's okay to slap strangers. I feel so too, yeah. Oh yeah, I've just recently seen this clip. This clip I've just recently seen.
A 9-year-old child suffered life.
And this guy is incredibly stupid, by the way. Just saying. The owner of this one is also incredibly stupid. The dog self-upsets me because if the dog reacts to being stressed by biting, the dog will be put down when it's not their fault. That is very true. I was at a museum the other week and people were just walking around touching things that literally had do not touch signs. Nearly started fighting. Understandable. Understandable. Yeah, it's just people have no self-control anymore, it appears.
A 9-year-old child suffered life-altering injuries in Toronto because an off-leash dog in a child's playground charged it.
What are the chances it's a pit bull?
Dragged them to the ground and attacked. This dog was already known to authorities because it already had a dangerous dog designation and was required to be on a muzzle in public and not be off-leash. And they were required to see a trainer and provide evidence to animal services that they did. This culture of flexing about having one's dog off-leash has to change. I am particularly troubled by quote-unquote professional trainers that promise off-leash reliability so that people can take their dogs off-leash anywhere, like it's some sort of evidence of your amazing training skill and that you have an amazing dog.
People's dogs should be able to come to them on command regardless of whether you're in a leash or an off-leash area. And if you're in an on-leash area, the dog needs to be on fucking leash, period.
Leash your dogs, please. And disrupt.
Leash your dogs? And even in an off-leash area, still leash your dogs. Because you never know if there's some maniac who hasn't trained their dog properly, lets that dog go off leash, and then you're cooked. Leash your dogs, regardless, anywhere. It doesn't matter where, just leash your freaking dogs.
Public spaces has also become a trend online recently, where people would go into subways and blast cringy music until someone stops them.
If I put the speaker down, I lose.
And another one. Get proper leashes for your dogs. If you have a big dog, get a leash for that big dog. Not like those small things. It took ages to find a proper leash for my dog, because every leash, if you use too much power, the leash would just break. Like the metal part would just be just like snap off, and she'd be like, "Yep, I'm gonna run."
Now, as a concept, this is crazy to me. How could you possibly think this is a good idea?
Oh wait, this is 200,000 followers. 200,000 followers. 8.9 million views. I would just knock the dude out. Just knock the dude out at this point.
I see. Social media tells them it's a good idea through views and likes. Okay, I just checked the comments of this video and he may have been doing it satirically. The people say that he does it mute and then adds the music afterwards and he just holds the speaker for the clip. I'm not sure how true that is, so I found this other guy and I think he is actually playing music. You can see people in the background turn their heads. But I don't even think it's about online fame and notoriety anymore. I think it's deeper. It's their sense of entitlement to think that this is an okay behavior and an okay thing to do. You think Tiffany's gonna post that clip of her screaming her lungs out at the Billie Eilish concert? Probably not. She's just doing it for her own memories, just at the expense of everyone else around her, who also paid just as much to be there as much as her. You think Jack is heckling the performer or the comedian because he's doing it for his own Instagram? Heck no. He's doing it because he thinks that's the right thing to do. It's gonna help.
I don't think that a lot of these are doing it maliciously, right? I don't believe that this has any malicious intent, like some of these, right? Either they're just stupid, that's just what I believe, but there is definitely people that do it maliciously, right, for content. Like, right? Like, there's a German guy doing it right, straight up for content. We call those nuisance streamers, obviously. That kind of stuff, right? Or nuisance content creators, no matter if they don't stream, it doesn't matter. There's certainly people that do this for views and even malicious intent. Rage baiting. How do these people not get embarrassed? I want to delete myself when I cough in public. Like, I get so embarrassed if I turn on something like an app and it makes sound when I start it, right? And I stop and I didn't turn the sound off. Like, that makes me so embarrassed. It even makes me embarrassed at home. So there's that. One of the most mistake with dog owners is they're letting them meet while holding the leash. All tense. Leash a dog to control where you will go and how fast. But if you let dogs meet, try without leash as long as you checked it first with a safety way. Okay. I would make that dude on the bus eat that boombox or forcibly shove it all his rear his rear end. Up his rear end, okay. Bro becomes the boombox at this point.
Comedians farm clips. No one wants to be interrupted during a rehearsed practice performance. Even comedians. I interviewed a comedian about this in my previous video and touched upon whether heckling and crowd work is.
Some heckling is funny though, especially when the comedian absolutely mops the floor with the heckler. It is so funny. It is so funny. Like that one clip with the lady and the guy make like a like the black lady complaining out with the guy making jokes. You know what clip I mean? The most racist joke ever. I got like 5 more in the chamber or something like that. That one.
Ruining stand-up comedy. You can check that video up there, but it's not the right thing to do. And if you still don't believe that people don't know how to act in public anymore, just look at the poster girl outfit trend.
Good morning. So I don't know if I'm just old, but I just looked up what poster girl outfit is, and those outfits, I thought they were used for like sexy time and for dancers.
I mean, seriously, when I looked this up, I honestly thought this was just for the bedroom, but no, people are actually going outside.
Let me, I need closer inspection. We go back. I need closer inspection on Google. Horse.
I thought they were used for like sexy time and for...
That does in fact look like a stripper outfit. That does in fact look like... I'm sorry, that does in fact look like one. That looks like somebody... Yep. That, I'm sorry, but that does look like it. People go out in these. I'm too European to understand. People go out in these, like genuinely, and not feel any embarrassment or shame or disgust or anything like that. Man.
Dancers.
I mean, seriously, when I looked this up, I honestly thought this was just for the bedroom, but no, people are actually going outside in public, walking, going to restaurants, going to movies, sitting in these. There's a universal dress code when you go outside in the public. And this is edging the line to what is acceptable. I can just imagine trying to be a parent with young kids and people are blasting music with curse words in them in a public park. Groups of people wearing these outfits.
I know what you think. No, that's not. Dude, Frog dresses like a young grandma. And I like it. All the outfits are cute. I'm gonna say this. If a woman like that is in a public space, I don't want to be near her. That's just so uncomfortable. That is just so uncomfortable. Standing close, sitting next to, that's just so uncomfortable. That would just make me so uncomfortable. I'm so tired of seeing half-naked women. I'll be honest. I'm so tired of it. And before anybody complains, I would also be weirded out if a shirtless dude was standing next to me, sitting next to me.
And you start to wonder, where did we go wrong? People forgot how to dress for certain occasions. Here's an example of a girl who thought these shorts was business casual for an interview. And guess what? She immediately was dress coded and could not be accepted for the interview.
So I just got dress coded during the interview. And then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, would you like to come back? Like, go change and then come back? And I was like, no. These are the shorts. Let me turn to the side for y'all. These are the shorts.
Like, please, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think these are business casual shorts?
No, they are not. No, they are not. No.
And if you're still not...
No, they are not. For love of God, please. Please dress accordingly. If you go to an interview, to a job interview, what is... This isn't the worst. That isn't even the worst one I've seen. This isn't even the worst one I've seen people pull up to, like, a job interview. I've seen women pull up to job interviews in, like, hot pants. Or really short skirts. Like, have their ass out. What are we doing? If I saw a woman wearing that, I would assume she's on the game. Yep, looks like looks like a prostitute to me. See more slutty women than regulars, and I don't want them like that anymore. I was fine when I was like 18. It was fine when you were young, right? Because you were still, because you know puberty, horny young men. That makes sense. But the older I get, the more I get tired of it. The more I'm like, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it. Leave me alone. This is not, no. What is this? Each year I'm shaking more my, each year clothes get shorter, and each year I need to shake my hand faster.
Not convinced, just go to Japan, Thailand, or any big tourist destination, and you'll see what I mean.
Right. Go back to your country. You are not welcome there. I'm sorry, but your money, but my money, okay? Build your country.
Oh, wow. Okay. The guy was going, we pay to be here. We can stay here for as long as we want. We can scream as loud as we want. You're in a residential city, you are on some private road, you have no respect for the locals, you've got no respect for us who've been woken up by this, basically. It actually made me feel embarrassed to be a tourist, because now that's what they think all tourists are going to be like.
Is it just me, or have I been seeing way too many videos lately of foreigners straight up disrespecting Thailand?
That's another one, right? People go into other people's countries and behave like they're at home. Sorry, but you have to momentarily adjust to other cultures, customs, and behavior, and you know, you can't act like you would at home. I'm sorry, because at home this is well, this wouldn't be accepted either. Let's be honest. But some of the behavior you can do in your country, in your home, you cannot do in other countries. I'm sorry. What the fuck are we doing? Sometimes I put it on a shorter skirt and I can feel my developing frontal lobe yell at me to change. What are you doing?
This lady screaming, my money built your country, because she got asked to take her shoes off. To people blasting speakers at full volume on the BTS SkyTrain for a TikTok video. And then this one claiming that Thai people are rude and should speak to her only in English. Listen, this country opens its doors to us, and Thai people are some of the most welcoming and kind-hearted people I've ever met. And if you're kind and respectful to them, they will show it back to you 100 times more.
Now, I've done my fair share of solo traveling, from Kenya to Japan to Spain, Italy.
Be kind. Bang the ladyboy. Anyways.
But never in my imagination would I think to exercise my American or Western birthright to just crap and be rude to foreigners as if I'm better than them. What is this? This isn't the spirit of traveling. You're supposed to be enriched by a new culture, appreciate and respect the new culture, learn from the people, not just terrorize and be rude to them as if you're better than them. Like, what? Here's another clip where the McDonald's manager was clearly having almost a stroke or a heart attack or some medical emergency, but what are people doing? They're going to the fryer and getting the fries for themselves.
Be at McDonald's on Lindell, man. Check in. Look at my boy on the fries, cuz.
Hey, look, we found the cookie stash.
Look at she over here drooling. Come on, baby girl.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a heckin' minute. Wait a minute. So this woman is either sleeping or sick, okay? Needs help. And these fuckers, the first thing they do is walk up there, get the fries themselves, not even check. Hi, Salmax, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. What the fuck? Huh? That's crazy. That wouldn't fly here. If you go to another country, you should at least know the basics of their language, and if you don't, stick with a tourist group with a translator. Yep.
You the manager, man. You supposed to do better than this.
Do better, manager. I'm sorry, can you just help the manager and see if they're okay? What happened to basic human decency? Why are we so consumed with our own lives and getting what's ours and being our own main character that we cannot think for a second about how our actions and how we dress affect other people, and to show a little bit of empathy for the people around us? Before the internet, people would be publicly shamed, have dirty looks thrown at them, and be confronted and be so embarrassed that they would never do it again. But I think with social media, people are blurring the line with what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in public areas. And their social security, their social awareness.
I find it even funnier. Because we are at a point where people are filming their own crimes. Like, they're actively filming their own crimes. Which is so hilarious. The good part is that does have a benefit, though. That does have a benefit. We can jail these people easier and punish these people easier. That's the only good part. Ugh. You better manage, a bro is dying. Please be patient. Bro, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And these fat... I mean, they're not fat, but the way they're behaving is gluttony. These fat fucks.
And sense of security is at an all-time low. Doing things without care, thought, or common decency for the other people around you is getting to a boiling point, and it's spiraling. What used to be fun communal events have become, oh, I'm a side character in someone else's story, and now I'm being flashed by a cooch I did not expect to see. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about being polite and give...
Flashed by cooch I did not expect to see. Was there an incident? Oh yeah, that was an incident. Never mind, that was an incident. That was an incident. That was an incident. I have seen stranger pussy before. That I did not want to see.
Giving up receipt for someone who's an elderly, but I found this guy on Facebook. He's a blind, deaf father, and he thinks it's an unpopular opinion to be polite to strangers. Like, oh my god, my heart just goes out to this guy. How could you think that being polite is an unpopular opinion? How did we get here? Why do people just always assume the worst and always rude to people nowadays? Like, what has happened? I can't imagine how many rude things and encounters this father has been through to think that this is now an unpopular opinion. So, but I want to know what you think. Do you feel like people have
unpopular opinion? People should be kind to each other. Man, if that's an unpopular opinion, then some of my opinions must be straight up just terrorism at this point.
Forgotten about public decency and online safety? Do you feel like society is rewarding this reckless behavior in the real world? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to discuss. And if you like this video, maybe subscribe, give it a like. I do commentary and videos like these every week, maybe film analysis here and there. We have a good time. Peace.
Well, that is what we have. A problem. People are not kind to each other anymore. This is due to the internet. And that socialization, I would assume. There's a lot of people. I would probably put this also on the parents. Also on the media kids consume nowadays, but also on the parents, for sure. We have not seen the full extent of this yet, due to the kids that were in their most formative years were at home during the pandemic. So this will get worse. We'll see. Stranger Pussy does to a motherfucker. The context of this was that I was sitting on the train, right? And she was sitting right in front of me. And there was no... How to put this? She had a really short skirt. And there was no... usually there's, like, tables in between, right? That wasn't the case for this one. So when she was moving her legs around, she was wearing no panties. That is all I can say. That is all I can say. That's all I know. Someone's boobs before that I absolutely did not want to see. They were my stepsisters. Oh well, could be worse. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.